You get the rehab done, refinance it out as soon as you're done, and then once you're out of our loan, you're cash flowing like crazy. Hey guys, Sean Bloomquist with Pine Financial Group, where we work together so you succeed. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you hit like, notify, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you're getting all of the content we put out every Friday. Today we're going to talk about a strategy that many of you may have heard if you're on Bigger Pockets or anything like that, the Brrr Strategy. B-R-R-R-R, etc. So I've got Justin Cooper with Pine Financial Group here joining me, and he's going to explain to you what is the Brrr Strategy.
Yeah, so the Brrr Strategy is a way to be buying rental properties with little to no money down. And so us at Pine Financial Group, we've been teaching this strategy for over a decade now. Unfortunately, we left it up to Bigger Pockets to come up with a great name and kind of repackage it. But so the Brrr Strategy involves buying a property, renovating it, renting it, and then refinancing it. And then after you get through all that, you're going to want to repeat. So we're going to buy the property, fix it up, put a tenant in there, and then do it all over again. And so this is a great strategy because you're finding a distressed asset. That's where the rehab comes in. You're buying an investment property that's distressed and it needs repairs. And that's the R, the first R, the rehab. So you're fixing it up. Now this is a great opportunity for us at Pine Financial to come and help you in your business because that's the exact kind of property that we lend on. We lend on fix-up properties. So potentially you call up Pine Financial, you found a property, you want to buy it, you want to fix it up. And then once it's fixed up, your intent is to hold it as a rental property. So then you're going to put a tenant in place. And then what do? Hard money is a very short-term loan. So we got to get out of that. So you're going to refinance out of the hard money loan into the long-term loan. Sean's going to tell you about that in just a second. But because you borrowed the hard money, you got into the deal with very little money out of pocket. And now you're off to the races, you're cash flowing, and just repeat. Go find another one, do it all over again.
And that's the biggest thing with this scenario in using someone like us to do the rehab and the acquire right away, is you're doing that without having to put 20, 25, 30% down on an investment property if you were buying, let's say, a turnkey rental. So you're using someone like us to leverage yourself, get into this property. Now, it doesn't need to be the extensive rehab like you would do on a flip. You're just getting it rental ready, taking care of the problems, making it essentially easy to take care of if your tenants do a little more destruction to it than you would like. But by doing that, you're building this equity into it. Then you can turn around and get out of our loan as soon as you're done with the rehab.
Yeah, so this is where the refinance comes in. So Sean, walk us through what the refinance looks like.
So before you even find this property and you're going to use this strategy, you want to be talking to that refinance lender ahead of time as well to make sure that you have that ability to refinance out of our loan and get that taken care of at the end. Because if you can't get refinanced, well, now you're flipping the property.
Yeah, absolutely.
So once you get the property, once you get pre-approved with the refinance lender and you're pre-approved with us, you go out, find this property, get the rehab done. As soon as you're done with that rehab, get that thing refinanced as soon as you can. You may or may not need a tenant in place, even depending on how strong of a borrower you are. So you get the rehab done, refinance it out as soon as you're done, and then once you're out of our loan, you're cash flowing like crazy in most times a fixed 30-year loan, or 15 if you want to do it that way.
Yeah, and so not every lender can do this refinance with the speed that Sean just said. As soon as those repairs are done, you're refinancing. It's a very specific lender, and that's why you want to work with the professionals like Pine Financial Group, because we have these strong connections. So who we're looking for is a Fannie Mae direct lender. And so one of the huge benefits, there are several, to working with a Fannie Mae direct lender is no seasoning.
Yep.
Seasoning is how long you have to hold a property before you can refinance it. And so if there is no seasoning, you can refinance it right away. The only thing they're looking for is to make sure the finished product is actually finished.
Yep.
So when Sean and I are looking at deals, we're looking and kind of using a crystal ball to figure out what will that ARV or after repair value be. But when it comes time to the refinance, their after repair value, they just want to see it actually fixed up and beautiful.
Yep. And the nice part is we're using a 70% of ARV for our loan. And when you go to refinance, they could be using 75% of ARV. So in both scenarios, you could be bringing very little money down, if any, on both ends of that strategy. So by building that equity into it, you're not having to put so much of your own money into each deal. And by doing that, you can do what?
Repeat.
Do more deals. And you can build a portfolio very quickly.
Absolutely. The Brrr Strategy is an awesome strategy to be growing your rental portfolio, especially if you're not scared of getting in and doing some rehab on your properties.
So if you have more questions about that, or you're interested in maybe finding out who these other lenders are for doing the refinance, please reach out to us at www.pinefinancialgroup.com.